They're back, and they've arrived. The world's young, up-and-coming future stars of motocross and supercross are here in Indiana for another Scouting Moto Combine presented by U.S. Air Force Special Warfare Division. Get to know the future of the sport. Legends of the sport, working with future stars, AMA Hall of Famer Kevin Windham on hand, working with young Cole Davies today in the Scouting Moto Combine.
I'm Kevin Windham here at the Combine at Ironman. My first time coaching Combine, but you know, I've been working with a lot of kids there at my house. Some up-and-comers. Dudney's here this weekend. He's not with me here, which is a little weird because I have him at the house all the time, but the way they picked was fun. It's creative and it's kind of a level playing field, so you get to handpick your guys, but all of them have so much ability. I've been watching them at Loretta's and a couple of their other races, amateur nationals and spring nationals, of course, just coming off Loretta Lynn's, and now here, which is kind of like the next step, right? It's kind of where these kids become men, I heard Tim Cotter say yesterday. So really pumped to be here, really pumped to watch them on their first practice, looking forward to breaking things down with them, things that they maybe not have access to as an amateur. It's a higher level of detail here, and it's the next step and awesome progression into ultimately being a professional. You watch the champions of this year's season, the up-and-comers, a lot of them, and even the guys who've made the transition now, they come through this Combine program, and it's an honor to work with them, honor to share my knowledge that I've gained through my career, my goods, my bads, my uglies, all of it. Just try to bring it all to them so they can be better, make less mistakes, and all that stuff. So a great level of access that these guys get, and also a great level for us to be able to watch them. Super inspiring and super positive for, you know, all of us that are coaches, and you walk through the pits here, it's like a bunch of old timers, right? Like once this gets into your blood, it doesn't really go away. So it's an honor for me to be able to see the sport and the next generation and know that it's in good hands and got some amazing talent coming up.
More legends on hand as coaches: Ezra Lusk, Michael Byrne, Chad Reed as well. Let's listen in with Ezra.
The more I looked at these race days, like when you came in, you seemed kind of bummed out. You seemed kind of bummed out. Like you know, you're way down on the list time-wise. But it don't matter, because how you end up at the end of the day is what matters, you know. So the more disciplined I got, the more like I knew I had time. Like the days seemed kind of rushed, but you have time. You know, you have time to get into the day, find your rhythm, but let it happen though. Like if you're struggling with a section, like in that one turn, like make a change. You know, don't just keep going and doing the same thing over and over. Like make a change, see if it works. Go to the inside, try to, like he was saying, it's kind of slick. You almost kind of have to, you know, on a lot of tracks, where you can be super, super aggressive, it seems like there's always a place on the track where you have to just kind of tiptoe, you know? And in the moment, you just got to, like when you come to turn 10, you have to remind yourself going into turn 11, I got to tiptoe. I got to, you know what I'm saying? Because you can not gain big, but you can lose big. So you just got to try to, like I said, that word discipline is kind of where I'm just going to stick with all weekend, because you got to be disciplined enough to know, okay, I just got to get through this, make sure I don't, you know, spin out a little, because then that ruins your whole uphill, you know, momentum for the whole uphill. So just try to stay disciplined in these places where it's not, you're not going to make up time, but then like Seth, these downhills and stuff, it could just be where you're not holding it on quite long enough coming down the downhill. You're not getting the bike lean and hitting these angles and carrying the momentum. So when you're able to get with these guys and just kind of latch on, you find those little places, you know. The more you find those places, the more the momentum you carry, and then your whole lap time will change. But build into the day. I was always excited because I knew as the track got rougher, I was going to be smarter, and I was going to find the lines. I was going to get through the rough stuff better. I always kind of looked at it like this, especially when I was racing Jeremy, that if I got the start and he was catching me, there had to be a reason. Like he wasn't better. It's either because he had a different line or he was going somewhere different on the track, you know. So I knew if I found that, then I was going to be good. So that's kind of, you know, whether I was faster that day or not, that's what I had myself convinced of, and that's what I went with. You know, because as a racer, you never really give in to the fact that you're better, you're better, you're better. You know what I'm saying? Like, you always got to look at it like I can do what you can do if we hit the same exact line, you know, if not better. So don't come in here with the frowns. Let's build into the day. Let's get better as it goes. But let's take it one step at a time. So the next one, let's try to improve on the segments that we were slower.
Wow, that was some great insight of his battles with Jeremy McGrath back in the day from Ezra Lusk. And one rider not struggling qualifying, this man, the number 40, on top.
I'm Dudney. I just finished up second round of qualifying. We're here at Ironman MX, and we're having fun. First qualifying, I went out there, track was pretty smooth, and I got first for that qualifying, and then second qualifying, it was a little bit, the lines were kind of set up better, so we had a few practices in between us, and I finished third, but overall I think I got the first in gate pick. I'd say my goals are, well, I'm going to do futures in SMX this year, so that's going to be new and see how that goes, but I think I'd like to try to win the combines. That's my next goal. We'll see how we do it this one, and then we'll move on from there.
And Dudney, just 15 years old. Let's check back in with Wyndham, today working with Cole Davies.
Be super aware of power delivery on exit, okay? It's like super hard pan. Like all of this outside, like if you don't double that, the good guys were still going inside 111. So doubling to the outside, you lose a lot of exit drive. I think you can double to the inside. If you do, I just was telling the other guys, don't like race through it. Give yourself a brop to get elevation, like one of the few times you want elevation in it. And by hugging the inside on the exit of the first turn, you can catch that angle perfectly to the inside. If you don't feel comfortable jumping it, I still think inside through all three is probably the way to go. Because the outside blows off the track and is super, like, just loose. Loose with hard pan underneath, so. But anyway, pay attention to power delivery on exit. You could, all right? Yeah. Anything? Thank you.
And Davies, a bit of a favorite coming in, but you got to watch for the Kawasaki riders, Christian Janik and Landon Gordon. And Alex Federstov over there with the Muck-Off Club MX Yamaha squad. There's Dudney, the fast qualifier. This is time to go racing the first of two motos at the Combine. Looked like a good start from Landon Gibson on the inside, but not enough to grab the whole shot. This is an Australian rider, Caden Minear on the 66. And look at the lead he has already. Seth Dennis is second. There's Janik on the 27. And Luke Fowser right in front of him. And more heat coming from the back on the KTMs as well. Wow, but Minear, look at this gap. Just turned 17 years old. I have not heard of this person. I'll just be straight up. This is quite a pickup by Daniel Blair and the Orange Brigade KTM team to pluck this kid out of Australia, and look at the lead he's put in on this Orange Brigade KTM squad. The lead just keeps growing. Now it is Fowser up to second. Then Janik on the green Kawasaki. And where are the other Kawasaki favorites? Gordon and Dudney. There's Dudney on the 40. Not a terrible start, but certainly not a good one. He's making some passes now. Just got around Seth Dennis as Janik is making moves. Huge whip. These kids are all pushing hard, but Caden Minear. Look at this lead. This is unbelievable. 2 laps into a race to be this far out front. Fowser, Janik, now in a battle with each other for second, but watch out for Dudney, still making tracks toward the front. Up to fourth now, Logan Best, watch him. And I think that was our first shot of Cole Davies in this race, so he was buried even worse than Dudney. Now the move for second. You know those big tabletops, that is where Janik likes to make his moves. Not quite enough though. Good job by Fowser, the Pennsylvanian, to hold him off. And it looks like finally, Janik has made the move. And now Dudney following him through. And there's Davies. Battle of the Team Green. Kawasaki teammates on now, but it is for second. Honestly, it probably feels like they're in the lead. They cannot see the leader even on the longest stretches of the track. And Dudney has made the pass. Can he catch Caden Minier? Well, Combine's supposed to be about learning more than the actual results, and what everyone is learning is this young Australian Caden Minier has serious talent as he has gotten away. There he is on the 66. Heard he's going to race the SMX finals in Las Vegas coming up at the end of September as well. We'll see how he does on a little bit of a hybrid type supercross, motocross track. Certainly has motocross skills. Oh, there's that hard pan, that slippery stuff with the loose dirt on top that Kevin Windham was talking about, and that is why managing the power delivery out of the turns is so critical. Shout out to Davies here. He has made a lot of passes, but he's pretty far back right now. Is that enough for fourth place? There's Fowler, who's had a bunch of injuries as of late, and now we see Landon Gordon. Gordon normally a great starter, not in this one. Cade Johnson and I think Avery Long on a bunch of Yamahas battling there. So now Dudney is all alone. He's pulled away from this third and fourth place group, but still has a lot of ground to make up on Minier. I think he's made up a little bit of ground, but Minier's lead is still huge. Here's Davies in fourth. And now what happened to Dudney? Dudney with an off-track excursion. And Minier back to a huge lead. Well, what a statement ride for the teenager out of Australia. And Davies is now second. So something with that crash clearly took the steam out of the 40, and there's the checkered flag. Cade Minier has arrived in America, and the New Zealander Davies is going to finish second. So how about that for two international young riders? These guys probably knew each other, I would imagine, growing up racing. An Australian and a New Zealander there. There's another Australian, Chad Reed, who's working with Minier. And Janik will recover for third. There's Caden Minier. Can you imagine this? Coming to America and dominating in the first moto. Gordon and Gibson, fourth and fifth. Alof, Temmerman, Johnson, Forbes, Fowler, top 10.
Down here on the podium, we're going to start with a third place finisher, Christian Janik. Man, you had an absolute heated battle out there for much of this moto, able to finish off with a third place on the podium, man. Tell us about it.
Oh, yeah, it was a great race. My bike hooked up great. The Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki bike is amazing. I wheelied a little bit, and I got into third. I never got into fourth, so they pulled me coming in, but I would have had the whole shot, but I never shifted. And then it was a great race. I got past the first lap, and then I got into second quite early, and then just kept, after halfway, I'm pretty sick, so I got really tired, and then I went down after Cole passed me, and then Dudney went down after Godzilla, so I tried to put a charge down, and then he tipped over again. So good ride to him and everybody else.
Who you want to thank?
Monster Energy Team Green Kawasaki Pro Circuit, Dunlop, the whole Fox crew, wrist brace guy, RK Chains, Excel, and everybody forgot. Thank you.
There you go. Make some noise. Third place finisher, Christian Janik. Talk about hanging in there late in this one, man. Cole, come on up here, buddy. A second place finish for you out there. You put in the work late in this one.
Yeah, I definitely put in the work in that one, come through the pack. I wasn't ready for the gate to drop. They held it like way before than what I was told, and yeah, I mean, I wasn't ready. And yeah, made my way through the pack and found some cool lines, just playing around the track, pushed through, and yeah, it was a good race.
So only up from here as we go into Moto 2.
Oh yeah, I can't wait.
All right, brother. Well, hey, congratulations to you. In the meantime, man, who you want to thank?
I'd just like to thank Monster Energy, Stipe Racing Yamaha, Swanee. Yeah, we've been working. I was able to push the whole time that time. I wasn't at Loretta's, and yeah, definitely made some gains.
There you go. Congratulations to you. Make some noise. Second place finisher, Cole Davies. Caden Minier, man. Make some noise for this young man. Caden, walk us through, buddy. This was a Caden Minier show out there. Early lead and just really never looked back. I think up by as many as maybe 14 seconds at one point. This was your show.
Yeah, I mean, it all come down to the start. I feel like it's a tight track through the first bit, so getting a good start is key. I felt good out there. Definitely, I haven't had long on the bike, but I'm feeling comfy as the day goes on, and I'm excited for the second race.
Well, congratulations to you, man. I know you don't do it alone. Who would you like to thank?
I'd just like to say big shout out Daniel Blair. He believed in me. He found me a year ago. I'm just a kid from Australia, and he made it happen. So a big shout out to him and Fox and all my private sponsors. Thank you.
There you go. Make some noise. Your first place finisher in Moto number 1, Caden Minier.
Well, I think it's time to get to know more from the dominant first Moto winner. Here's Caden Minier.
I'm Caden Minier, just turned 17. I'm from Perth, Western Australia. And yeah, this is my first time racing in America, and I'm stoked to be here. The track's something I've never rode before. It's different to Australia, but I've felt good on the bike all day. Coming into that first race, I was confident and I knew what I was capable of. So I'm stoked to win the first one, and I'm excited for the second race. Yeah, the race format of the day is totally different. Usually we're done by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and now our second race at 4:30, so that's something new and something different.
Oh, and look at this. Marvin Muscan talking to Minier, so getting some attention from the full factory level Red Bull KTM stars. Muscan, former winner at this racetrack in his racing days. There's Caden Dudney. I did talk to him between motos. That was a big crash. We'll see how much he's got left in the tank after going down while running second in Moto 1. Moto 2, let's go. Seth Dennis with Dudney and Gordon right there. These are the types of starts you expect from Landon Gordon. Didn't get it in the first moto, but he is flying right now. And a better start for Davies this time as well. There's Minier right in the center going by. There's Dennis. There's Janik. So some work to do for the riders up front in Moto 1. A nice little reversal. Riders that got bad starts in the first moto, good starts in the second. Right now it's Davies versus Dudney for the number 2 position, and I believe Avery Long is up in the fight. Then you have Minier. And Davies starting to close a bit on Gordon. And Gordon and Dudney were just racing in the B class at Loretta Lynn's, while Cole Davies and Avery Long were racing in the A class. At the Combine, though, everyone meets together, and we see what kind of speed they have. And it's a good battle right now between Gordon and Davies. Look at Davies throwing everything he has at the race leader. And there's Minier, and I do not see Caden Dudney now. We might have lost one rider from this group. There's Davies, and watch Avery Long here in third on the NSA Rock River Yamaha. He is closing on Davies, in fact. Then it's Minier in fourth. Well, Moto 1, Minier said the start made a huge difference, and now he's got to catch these riders that he was in front of in the first moto. Can he hang with them? And it is very hot and humid today as well. But it might be a little odd, actually. I believe in Australia it's the opposite season, so this heat might be familiar with him sometime of the year, but probably not right now. And we'll see how that affects that young Australian as Gordon continues to fight off the advances of Davies. And that was Gordon. I was wondering what happened there. Gordon did not hit the downhill after Godzilla, and he lost multiple positions. So it's now the 2 Yamaha riders, Davies and Long, 1 and 2. Gordon being pushed back to third. Yeah, he didn't clear the downhill, and Minier is moving up on that top 3. Rest of the pack. Cole Forbes, Christian Janik, Enzo Temmerman. Temmerman on the 21. We did not see him in Moto 1. didn't get it going. Must have had a bad start as well. He's challenging Janik this time. And now they have caught the 18 of Landon Gordon. So now it's down to the two Yamaha riders for the Moto win. Avery Long. He actually didn't finish the first Moto, had a crash, didn't get all the laps in. And what a good bounce back for Long right now. He is keeping Davies honest. There he is. Rider out of Minnesota. And now Manier putting pressure on Gordon for third, and Long not letting Davies off the hook. And what's on the line right now is Davies could have the 2-1 overall win. Unless Manier can make a run at him, he'd have to get through Gordon and Long first. Another battle back here. Enzo Temmerman moving up. Believe that's Forbes that he's battling. Last lap. Manier still applying heat on Gordon. And the checkered flag flies. Look how close it was to the end. It's going to be Davies with the Moto win and the 2-1 overall. And Manier will go 1-4. Good job by Gordon and Long right there in the mix with the Moto winners. So a variety of countries, a variety of racing experience levels, all represented here in the Scouting Moto Combine presented by U.S. Air Force Special Warfare. Let's hear from the boys. We'll send them up to the podium just like they do on the pro side, and that's important. Got to recover quickly. And you can see these guys are gassed after that one. The 25-minute Moto plus laps on top of that ended up being a 29-minute race. Will Hahn talking to Gordon. Give you the results from this Moto. Forbes ends up 5th ahead of Temmerman, Gibson, Alof, Fapani, and Federstov. Those are the Moto results. We'll go to the overall here. As mentioned, it's Davies, Manier, Gordon is 3rd. Landon Gibson struggled with the starts today, 4th. Temmerman, 5th. So let's talk to these boys down at the podium with Mikey Waynes.
First and foremost, you guys make some noise for Cole Davies. Taking the overall, man, a sensational ride. You got the start you needed here for Moto number 2.
Yeah, I definitely got a better start in that one, and Avery was on me the whole time. I was riding pretty tight just then, but yeah, we got it done. Yeah, just stoked.
Well, man, big congratulations to you. This Moto, the Scouting Combine, man. Talk to us a little bit about that. What was it like of having really a day in the life?
Yeah, I got K-Dub as a coach, so he's been helping me out today. It's been real good, and yeah, I've just been enjoying it.
Well, man, congratulations to you. I know you don't do it alone, buddy. Who would you like to thank out there?
I'd just like to thank the whole Monster Energy Star Racing Yamaha. My mum and dad, Evan from Thor, he's just been helping me out all day as well. And Swanee, yeah, just thank you.
There you go. Make some noise one more time. Your overall winner here today, Cole 10 feet tall, Avery Long. Brother, you're a grown man out there. I think you're like 6'6" now, so congratulations on that. Let's talk about the Moto, man. Solid race out there for you. Moto 1 obviously not going the way you wanted it to go, but you came out for a little redemption here in Moto 2.
Yeah, Moto 1 just got kind of a little kick in the chips. I think I hit something and kind of slid me out up the face. So had way outside gate pick, and yeah, my NSA Yamaha just barked on that start. Came around P4 and then got into second behind Cole, and yeah, just rode it, battled with him the whole moto from there. It was fun. It felt just like we were back at the farm on a Tuesday. So yeah, I had a blast.
I love it, man. Well, congratulations to you. Solid ride in Moto 2. Who would you like to thank?
The whole NSA Yamaha team, Monster Energy, Moose Racing, Alpine Stars, 100%, Bell Helmets, Jeannie, Swanee for all the help during the week, and yeah, just every in my corner. It takes an army, and yeah, I just really appreciate each and every one of you guys.
There you go. Make some noise, Avery Long. Landon Gordon, man, welcome to the podium, buddy. Hey, boy, you stuck it out in there. You had some epic battles there in Moto number 2. Walk us through it, man. What did it take to get the job done here?
Yeah, that was a way better moto than Moto 1. I felt like I had some good fight in me, and yeah, I'm stoked I was able to stay with them a little bit. They're going really fast, and yeah, just keep chipping away.
All right, let's talk a little bit about the Moto Combine, man. What was the big takeaways for you here today?
Man, it's a great experience out here. Mainly just getting used to the tracks. It's awesome that they give us this opportunity, and yeah, very grateful.
Congratulations to you. One more item. Who would you like to thank?
I'd like to thank the Lord to keep me safe, my whole family, my dad watching back home, my mom for flying out with me, Team Green Kawasaki, Pro Circuit, Alpine Star 100%, Dunlop, Toyota Redlands, Ethica. Everybody else, thank you so much.
There you go. Make some noise for Landon Gordon.
Awesome to get to know some of these young riders, including Caden Manier, ends up second overall, but definitely made a name for himself this race day. And Seth Dennis with both hole shots, probably the lightest weight rider out here, and he's been pulling starts since his mini cycle days. And Kevin Windham gets the Coach's Cup because he was working with the winning rider, Cole Davies. We celebrate, we learn, we enjoyed the Moto Scouting Combine. See you next year.